The Chandigarh Lalit Kala Academy is doing a workshop and symposium which ended recently, titled Invocation Rockseed. The symposium saw as many as 7 sculptors from across the nation come in and do work live in front of the audience and create beautiful works in these 15 days. As part of the workshop, we have Rajshekhran Nair from Chennai, who has created a beautiful sculpture based on the philosophy of a nest, something that he has been working for in the last couple of years. Mr. Nair believes that simplicity of forms is the most beautiful way to achieve a work of art. But this simplicity cannot be arrived without a complex process. And so he doesn't believe in calling his work sculpting or carving, but describes it as a dynamic process which takes both effort, time, energy, and a lot of emotion to arrive at a final piece of work. Today we will talk to him about his work, his life, and also what are the different dynamics in sculpture as far as the Indian subcontinent is concerned. Welcome to Chandigarh Lalit Kala Academy.
Thank you.
So how was your experience here at the workshop and symposium, Mr. Nair?
The first day coming, we are really to feel little to huge size stone, how to do this 15 days first. But we made big stones. That is the only thing we can handle it. But for that we need so many other tools and all that. So I talked to chairman and Nitin and all that. They say it's possible, so don't worry about that. Whatever the show you can do it, you can do. Whatever the other assistants we will do. So that way.
Okay, you were at rest.
Yes. Good carvers from Rajasthan and all that. Then they provide whatever we need, within our. So it's not a, but it's a 15 days huge work, like a marathon. Morning to evening.
And you created a huge work, sir.
Yes, it's more than 12 feet.
12 feet.
So huge work. It's very interesting because my sculpture, this nest series and all is very tricky work. The first people normally first the huge stone. Second day come and see that it's become 2 piece. Then next day it's a 4 piece. Then every day it's going to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, like that way. So people are confused.
Okay.
So this I like that texture what he is doing.
Okay.
He is trying something, he broke the stone or something.
Right.
people are talking something like that. So this, this working time, this also is interest for me.
Okay. So the process is very interesting.
People are talking, I think he has some mistake, and that's why it's broken.
Okay.
So but I know, so many pieces. The one stone become 29 pieces, I know which stone is where it's coming, that I know. These people can't, I know, not at all an idea how come it will come within 50 days. So that way, it's working time, that's hard work, but the comments are interesting for me because they are confused.
Okay.
The end only they can understand. So
they can understand. So what was the philosophy, sir, of the nest, if you could talk a little about it? Because you said that you've been working on the theme for about 3-4 years now.
Yeah, 3-4 years I am working, but some nest in the sense, sometimes a different name also coming.
That's right.
So nest for emigre and otherwise nest for tourists. This way, some change. But the method is same, but a different stone, different shape. Not like I made it here, not like that, Lots of carving sometimes. Then I'll split the stone.
So how did you do it here? What was the process here?
Here, a very simple way only. The stone, a rectangular shaped stone, just split it there. Sometimes the huge stone, to carve some shape, then I start the splitting. So many ways this is like a play only. Somebody says this is like a Leo toy making. So it's like so many comments, it's also interesting for me to hear and work.
As you cut and create, you understand, okay, this can be done this way, or do you have a preconceived idea in mind before you start?
No, first day normally this kind of symposium, maybe one day we have time to think. Then next day I have to start work. Then only with that time I have to make a simple way, how to make a minimum work and maximum
impact
or something. That way I have to make it, can't go for like a Moses kind of carving or
Right.
something. That is long.
That's
time.
right.
So outdoor sculpture. Outdoor sculpture means the volume is very important.
Okay.
Volume and shape or whatever, exaggeration or whatever,
Right.
according to the bit. So normally first we have to little bit compromise with the material. Then we have to now control it. Slowly we'll take it and work.
So, Mr. Nair, how was the experience of working with so many different sculptors from different regions of the country? Was it an enriching process for you as an artist? And how important are these interactions between artists?
No, so see, all these people were so many years before also worked together. Now, after maybe 6-7 years later coming together, so we know each other. But they are in a teaching profession, I am in a freelance. So there is something new that in college with students' problem. I will talk about freelance artists and buyers' problem. So this is very interesting. After evening, we will talk all this kind of so many funny things.
Okay.
Whatever happening in college, that's different. What happening, I am dealing with the buyers, they are dealing with the students. So,
but must be a nice, good chance to see each other's work, understand different.
yes, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because everybody after 3-4 years, so many changes are there in everybody's work.
Okay. It keeps evolving.
Yeah, always some changes are there. Right. Not like a whole life doing the same.
No, not
something,
static.
Yeah.
So how difficult is it to be a freelance sculptor in the country, like India, which doesn't have too many platforms for sculptures as yet?
No,
or
as
sculptors?
a stone sculptor is very, very tough. Because otherwise you have to make a table sculpture, like a small sculpture.
Those work.
Everybody can buy something like that. But that is, I don't like. For me, something I think about the big space I'm making.
Okay.
So this easily buyers can't buy also because it's expensive. Other thing, and the buyer need a huge area in home. For painting, so wall is enough. You can put a 6 feet or 10 feet. That's everywhere. So wall is available. But for 6 feet sculpture, it need a ground space.
Right.
So buyers also less. So that's why the financially is. Because no gallery system also is not at all helpful for me. And first few shows I made in wooden sculpture and all that with Art Heritage and Sakshi Gallery in Bombay, in Chennai and Bangalore. After that today I start working in stone. That wood carving is okay, you can handle it. But stone is not like that. It's a heavy and to take it in steps and all that. So slowly I stopped this exhibition things. I stopped.
Okay.
I made only 2, 3, 4 one-man shows only.
Okay.
After '93, there's no shows.
No.
Very tough to make a stone sculpture.
But then how do you reach out to your audience or buyers without exhibitions?
Sometimes so many galleries are come and buying.
Okay.
And not like this exhibition kind of way. They will come and talk. They will buy 2, 3 sculpture together.
Okay.
So that way. Then sometimes small sculpture. Always I am making maquette, working models. That's in stone.
Okay.
So that is only sometimes I am enlarging or something.
Okay. Okay.
So this people like small one.
Right.
Everybody like to buy 10 feet sculpture they can afford. So.
Right.
Okay, miniature sculpture is they like to keep their showcase or something. So that way sometimes. Otherwise, we have lots of this international symposiums I'm doing here. Sometimes artisan residencies. Sometimes so regularly, people are there now. Before it's not like that. Now we need a huge sculptures. Lots of people in India they want huge size sculpture.
Okay. That has changed.
Asking any time you have free, just contact with us, come and work.
Okay. That's good.
Yes,
that's
nowadays when I am in college and all that, there is no hope. My father is totally against to learn stone carving. He says, go and study driving or this thing, plumbing. What you are doing is stone carving. So that is stone carving in the sense, the low cost people doing in hammer and chisel keep like this. This is ex-serviceman. He is very, very angry. After finish Trivandrum, I want to go to Baroda because Trivandrum College is the beginning, first batch only. We are too much struggle and all that. So in application form, I am written stone carving. My father is totally, but see, eldest brothers, how they are nice, not study, going to study stone carving. So this way father is against to me. Then my brother only is 2 years older than me. He's doing MSc from. He says, you go, how much money you want? I will say. He is go and do the tuition and he sent the money.
Okay.
When he reached in Baroda, totally changed.
Okay. So your parents were not very happy with your choice of profession?
Mother
was
don't
okay.
have any idea what is sculpture. Okay. Right? Mother thought sculpture is always a childhood. I am playing in clay and all that. We have rice farm from there, bring the clay and make.
So from the beginning you were...
no, that's in school time and all that. When father is sleeping, behind the house there is some place I am doing. When father will get up, mother will tell me, your father get up. So I will run away from there. So that way, that's a after lunch or something, that's like a play.
Yes.
That way it started something.
Right, right.
Then,
but how did you arrive at the point, what was at one point where you thought that, no, this is what I'm going to do all my life? And what was it that made you decide? That is,
I have a challenge with my father. Father says like that, that's feeling too much, I'm almost trying, tears coming. Then I said, okay. Then brother is supporting, then I decide, okay, I do work hard. That way I go to Baroda, I work hard, up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, working, then put the ghee, process house, morning again go and go. So that way, then went to Baroda, because Trivandrum granite is the local material, the hardest stone. If you learn that stone, in India, all other stones are very soft. Okay. So I work 3-4 years in granite.
You began with granite, Mr. Nair?
Yes.
Okay.
Third year I start for first carving. So the technique, everything so learn from granite, but little difference in granite carving and marble carving.
What is the difference, Mr. Nair? It's harder, of course, one.
This is harder, but we have to chip it.
Okay.
This marble is not that much. It's a small chipping, like a papad, that will come out.
So slowly and steadily, okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But a little, 1 or 2 days work, I can understand what kind of stone. Sandstone, marble, all similar, little difference are there.
Okay.
When I come to Baroda, all stones are very soft for me.
Okay.
So carving technique I know already, so I started work. But first semester they didn't allow to do any work. This is like a maquette or a drawing every day to show drawing, but I am very bad in drawing. So always I will do this something, take a waste plaster blocks and all that. Otherwise the seniors throw some works and all that to carve something. That way for 6 months. Right? Then I went to vacation to home. Then I bring 3-4 pieces
of granite.
Granite to rough cut and bring it. So professor also happy. Okay, he is not waste the time in vacation. Okay. He made 2-3. Okay. Then they also give the stones. I work.
So what were the forms that you were creating in granite at that moment?
That time human figure.
But human figures have always interested you as an artist.
Yes, because that time in Trivandrum in our college time there is a Kerala is, must be Kerala is very much a leftist. Yes. These things are there, politics. When even Trivandrum in 80s, 70s and all that is very strong hold in almost Kerala. Our college is totally in left dupe and all that. So that kind of little bit communist philosophy and all that. So many poets and all that will come there every evening. They will come and talk. So many intellectuals are coming. We are the students, but they are more seniors. Are always there, come and see what is the new college and all that. So that way, so art means sculpture or painting is not only for decorative pieces. This is some purposes also there. This kind of thoughts started.
Okay.
So Kanai Kunjamai was my first professor. He also telling about that. His art, his purpose is there. Somebody talking about some other artists, even Picasso and all that. So this way, okay, I have to do something, a novel or a good film, good novel, something about people only.
Right.
not any abstract this thing much. So this way also to making people's problem or something, but it's a silent medium.
Yes.
So that way, even last 10 years before I am doing human figures, even now also sometimes I will do with some other abstract forms and all that.
When you talk about art and its purpose, personally, what are the kind of themes that you like to manifest when it comes to reflecting maybe society, violence, pain?
Yeah, sometimes more than some individuals only, some individual character, the real character is coming to mind. Some incidents, otherwise some accident or something, this is coming.
Right.
This is, there is a carving in sense, there is no sound, no color, nothing, only that material only. Right. So sometimes don't want to make a beautiful head. The head has some problem. So how to make that problem with that silent form?
I understand.
So make some strokes or here something broken. Otherwise the head, the whole block, little area to work, little. Okay. Something maybe to coming from the stone out. That kind of I'm trying.
Yes.
Otherwise something going inside. Ran away from the society, so going again the block.
Right.
So that kind of some things I tried.
And you always talk about simplicity of forms and life.
That time was not simple. The beginning was very tough for me to make carving. To handle with this stone so many years, then only know the technique to do here, there will cut. That kind of technical perfection, there's so many years working with the mind and body, that is the dialogue.
Okay.
This, make me to more simple forms.
Right, right.
Easily I can make that ways.
So Mr. Nair, what is the process, if you could tell me as a for a lay person like me, what is the process that goes into making a sculpture? Does the idea strike you first? Does it go in your mind for many days, weeks before it can be translated? Do you draw first?
Yeah, all things are there. See, normally in home I am working alone. So normally I bought one truck stone. So all the stone will be there. I was working. Same day I'll keep 2-3 blocks in my mind. After this, what is income that? Sometimes working time I'll think, otherwise just walking time I'll go and watch what is the next, what is the simple way I can, what is inside this stone. This way I'll watch. Then whenever there's almost take maybe 1 month to finish one work. At that time I'll make something. Sometimes to put some line, some here, and leave it. Then again I'll come and work. It's a long process.
Okay.
One work is finishing, that time mentally I'm working for that stone, but physically I'm working here. So this way, when it's finished, because otherwise boring. So without work I can't stay. So every day that's a habit. Then 10 o'clock we'll start work.
You work every day?
Yeah,
as a rule?
Of course.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm too much lazy also. Sometimes a cricket or some football, or some good feeling. But then no work. Well, that's why I like professionalism. Whenever I want, I can work.
You can take a break.
Yes, I have no need to permission from anywhere.
Yes.
Only home only problem. Oh, you are not working today. So that's why.
But because your wife is also a sculptor, does she understand all these? She must be understanding all these things more clearly. Your artistic moods and temperaments.
Yes.
But do you also sometimes, as writers, like writers say, we've got a writer's block, we cannot write anything. It's So do you also, as artists, have these blocks sometimes where you say that, okay, I'm not being able to work, and is that a challenge? Or sometimes you feel at a loss of expression as an artist?
Sometimes it can happen, but my nature is different. I'm just struggle to go further. So maybe 1 or 2 days, it will be difficult for me to do something. Maybe some gallery people, otherwise by something happened, some bad comments. People are telling so many things. Somebody is telling. This is like these people. That's olden days in student time and all that. Nowadays I'm not bothered. Now whatever I am, believe or no, it's okay. I don't need anybody's certificate or anything.
Right.
But I am always to listen to all comments. So somebody's telling, okay, this is good, that's I take very carefully. It's bad, telling, then I listen. What is? I'm not asking. I think what is bad in my sculpture. So that way, in my mind, I am questioning. What is this? This sculpture? What is it become a contemporary sculpture? So that question, I am asking myself. So I will get so much. No need to ask any friends or something. So I thought about so many ways. Various view I'll see that it's a gallery or a thought or this way I question myself too. So that way that's sometimes helped me to do.
Is your work also sometimes driven by market forces, that this sells and this is what is needed, this is something that is contemporary and is very much in demand, so I will create that? Does such...
There is there, but I know that's the commercial side, and I don't like, because that's a Trivandrum college, teach that kind of philosophies.
Okay.
So I know lots of people, 2-3 works are sold, then similar kind of these things, producing and all that. So that kind of things I'm always, 1 or 2 works I'll make, maybe it will gone. And then again I don't want to do, I'll try to something else. Because my method also, each work, a little bit different, not monotonous way I'm not working. So again, if I go back, I can see, I can continue old work, so many.
Yes.
Every year I am making 10 sculpture, means 10 sculpture is a 10 different, little bit different view only.
Okay.
Sometimes using ready-made objects, sometimes using other forms. This and I can maybe develop in so many works. So that way,
okay.
In college or from Baroda, I try to make that way. So that way I can do lots of work. Okay. Sometimes I am doing that way also. Okay. So I'm not boring making sculpture. That's very.
Okay. So you're always engaged in. Okay. But do you also sometimes go back to old works and then get them into your new works?
Yes.
Does that happen?
Yes. Sometimes mind sometimes will become dull. Then you can't do anything. Sitting also restless. What to do? Then something will start. What I like good. I feel good. I'll start, then, this already made, then again I'll change it, something I'll make. From one starting is sometimes a problem. One start, so I told you, long process, maybe 1 month. So starting, and then I'll think, no, already this, I have to make little changes. That way, it become a different thing.
But what about experimentation with material? As an artist, do you do that also? Like you began with granite, then you said that you moved to, you began with wood and then granite and then marble, and now you also did a bit of bronze as well. So where does the material come in as far as expressing your thought goes? Do you think sometimes some material expresses your thought better than the other? Does that happen?
No, sometimes I thought, okay, this is okay, I have to try something else. Because suppose, normally if I am working, I think about Picasso. How fast he is changing his different work. With the free mind. So that way, in 2-3 was okay, next you will try something different. That way, sometime before I used to drawing and sculpture in wall, made of drawings, some stool.
Together?
Just a charcoal drawing.
Okay.
Then I'll put the wooden pieces.
Okay, interesting.
It's not hanging.
No.
It's like a perspective. The three-dimensional table, chair kind of drawing. Then there, maybe cat is sitting in the chair. The chair is the drawing. Okay. The cat is in wood.
Okay.
So that way, remember, so many sculptures I made it. So sent in exhibition and all that. So galleries have a problem because they won't allow to drill the.
In the wall.
Chennai Sakshi is allowed. And art heritage, first they says, then when I come and display the work, they says, no, after your exhibition, next day this exhibition is there. So after that I saw, I really like that work. The small pieces, but it's very nice. Then I stop that kind of work. Then I'll go for some fiberglass, ready-made fiberglass sheets and corrugated sheet. So many things I tried. Then finally coming something solid. Because in black granite, that is that impact I didn't get any other material. Granite to carve it, that chisel marks and white, and that is the black, like a white paper drawing kind of effect. That is the broken part. Suppose sometimes broken, this kind of, I will keep, the stone is this much only, from there I will start. Not the full face I am going to start. The broken is maybe forehead. From there I will start. So that some violence, something is. So this kind, the temple sculpture, and it's a broken head and all that.
Yes.
So that and something, the finished product is different, but this is a different expression.
Right.
Behind some big stories are there. British people come and broken. So this kind of, is coming again nowadays in society, some different way.
Yes.
So that way I am changing something is.
So who have been your greatest inspirations or influences as an artist, both in terms of other artists, teachers, or contemporary artists, if you could?
No, I have so many best Indian teachers I studied. And first, Kanai Kunjaraman in Trivandrum, then Baroda, Mahendra Pandya and Rakhav Kanaria. These three are three different angles. But they are always telling, you won't listen us. Whatever you want, you take it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I am telling you are listen, you are doing that, that's wasting your time.
Right.
So teachers are also teaching like that time.
Okay.
So Kanai Kunjaraman especially is telling, see, these are the things. You can choose. What I am telling, don't follow that. Don't become like that kind of. Whatever you want, you also think about what I am talking, what is right or wrong. This way, these three good teachers are there.
Okay.
Then I just finished Baroda. And before Nagji Patel. Nagji Patel is very much like my sculpture when I am student that time. So just finish Baroda. Immediately Nagji Bhai is calling me so many symposiums and all that. So the professionalism also I take from Nagji Bhai. Right. These teachers, then Nagji Bhai. Okay. So this, no, I have more confidence. Okay, I'm doing not anything bad one, something different, something good only. Today, otherwise tomorrow I can get some, that kind of one feeling was with me.
Okay.
So always I am making seriously only sculpture, not just never I work for just, okay, tomorrow I can sell it. This kind of, because so many buyers also now to little bit pressurized in different way. I like this kind of form, but they won't tell it, do it. Indirect way, to info. So that way I don't made it anything. Okay. So that kind of gallery people or some block. I believe myself. Okay, do something good today, otherwise tomorrow you can get it. So that way I am working now also. Right. And I'm doing any commission work up to this time. Yeah. Only creative works.
Only creative.
I have also something. This way also living is good.
Yes, you're very fortunate.
Yeah, but I'm thinking because so many artists are suffering, no job, nothing. Fine, 2-3 years they will suffer. After that they will do for some commission work, finish there. Little more suffering, maybe we'll get a.
True.
So for me it's okay. I'm happy, very, very happy.
So if you could talk a little about some of your series of works which are very close to your heart and which also you feel that you have arrived at with a lot of effort as well as dedication. So some series of work, and if you could talk about the forms and the philosophy of those series.
And serious means now recently last 4 or 5 years I am working, that is the next series I told. So that is everywhere you can adapt that work. That's not just not for a stone carving. That's a different approach only with stone. I think I don't know. Maybe some people are working like that. I don't know here. This is not a conventional carving I am doing. So a little bit playful things. Otherwise, before. And wood carving and all that one serious work. Okay, this is drawing and wooden objects. That is so much work I made. Some new material in between. I got some. There's a soft man-made blocks. It's called insulation brick.
Okay.
So 2 feet height and 1 feet width blocks.
Okay.
It's very soft. That's you can use for axo blade or a wooden carving chisel, and you can make any form. It's also very interesting. 2, 3 work. Okay, that material I got. Okay, 2, 3 work got. And that way it's going. Sometimes long time working in granite, then I'll feel to do wood carving on R2. Then I'll come to wood carving. 2, 3 wood carving made. Then again go to granite, The difference is coming wood, a little more soft. I can go more inside to work, not more free to make some forms and all that in wood.
Okay, okay.
Make in a hand or something, easy to make. Then again coming to granite, the previous, this is mine, to do the hand kind of form. So that, automatically to go to granite.
Okay.
So trying to, that, there's no, I don't feel it, okay, can make it. That kind of sometimes helping, wood carving to granite.
The transition.
So the previous, that is in mind.
Okay.
Not feeling this is granite. So the forms are in that wooden forms or something, that kind of sculpture.
Okay.
So this will help more.
Okay. So does the material define the form, or does the form define the material? How does it work?
Both way it can come. Both way it will come. So according the drawing, otherwise according the material size and all that, it can. Sometimes it will approach to compromise the shape of that stone, otherwise the shape of the wood. So it will be both ways.
So do you always draw first, Mr. Nair, before you create a sculpture? How does it work?
I'll draw it in wood or stone, not in paper much.
Oh, not on paper.
No, I'll keep the stone there, and I'll so many drawings, to keep it in so many time. Then only is to start.
Okay.
My paper drawing, but I'm not showing it to anybody. I feel that's very bad drawing, so I'm not showing it.
Okay, okay. And so you've you've got a fellowship abroad as well, and you've been to many symposiums.
Yes.
What are the kind of differences that you see between sculpture as a field abroad and sculpture as a field in India? Is there a vast difference?
Yes, I'll tell you. Yes, here also I go and meet so many artists' house and all the teachers, seniors' house and all that. In 1987, I got the Henry Moore Award. That is, I'm a final year student in Baroda. That time, Henry Moore Foundation organized a competition for students.
Okay.
So I got the first prize. That's 1 week or 10 days or something, the visit.
Okay.
So I said, I don't want to come. And then there's in the public thing only they announced that one in Baroda. Then that people are, why, what is the point? So I said, I want to stay a little more time. The Henry Moore Foundation people also there. Then they say, you wait. And then they also helped me to communicate with that people. And then after 1 year, they will make a 1.5 month. When I go there, I'm not talking about Henry Moore sculpture or anything. Then they took his studio, is working on this, that artist, that time Henry Moore died.
Yes.
So this whole process, from his beginning to up to death, that's like a biography.
Okay.
That is, you can see that.
Oh, you can see that, yes.
Yeah, this is the whole, his small work, he's working that small work that is enlarging one section, but that, you can see the whole artist view.
Okay.
Where first he's starting that mask kind of thing from influence from church and all that, then he's coming king and queen, this thing, tapestry. So everything, they took me to all these places. So that, it's like reading a biography kind of thing, and that's helpful for me.
Okay. So that influenced a lot.
Yes, that way. I'm not talking about his work or his aesthetics, nothing. But this, I was more clear about me.
Yes.
As a sculptor, what to do, how to do, what is the struggle, all this I can little bit understand.
Okay, so it gave you a lot of clarity.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and how was your experience of working with sculptors outside India? Is their approach to the medium different or no? It's
no, it's supposed to be abroad and all that. They are technically they are much, but there are they have stone carvers studios, shops. There, for stone carvers, stone sculptors, there are tools. And here we don't have nothing like that.
We don't have.
Here we have the tiles cutting blade only, not sculptor. Nothing. When we are somebody is going abroad, that time they are bringing.
Okay.
So there, here we can get lots of manpower, but in abroad, sculptors have to work alone. But on other facilities, if you want a jackhammer, whatever, that's enough. One sculptor can easily handle any size of stone or whatever the material. They have the remote control truck and all that. Automatically take the stone, go to studio. No need helpers.
Okay, because of facilities.
We are not that way advanced in sculpture way, any tools. We are using that industrial purpose things.
Okay. What about a number of art fairs are now happening in India? So is the Biennale now. So does it give people like you a chance
lots of good works are there, but same time lots of amateur kind of lots of people and the postmodernism there. I don't know. I'm not sure about lots of work. Just to fill the area, something like that. Some kind of a set kind of some works. I feel like that. Some kind of a theater set or. That kind of feeling. Using that kind of material, maybe I'm using different materials. So many old primitive time they're using stone, but now the new material they are using. Maybe that's why I'm feeling that not giving that strength or anything. So maybe my fault. I don't know. So I am not that way. I'm not happy with so many. Installation and all that. Okay, installation, so many are doing, that's a different purpose, different time, everything is that. Here, unnecessary doing something, and it's not a modern or postmodern or anything.
Right. And a lot of new media art has also come in now, where they use a lot of internet and film and photography. So what do you have to say about that?
Media is okay, different. The communication, that is different, but now, so my daughter want to join fine arts college. I said, now no need to go to fine arts college. No need. If now fine arts college is going to study, that's different. You have a different temperament. Then only helpful, because time is changed. When I am studying that time, the method is now. I know so many artists. They are only computer. They will make something, then give to some factory or something. Do it. Okay, that's not a wrong thing.
Yes.
But I not feel that.
Not comfortable.
I am not comfortable. For me, I want to. My hand should be there everywhere. I can't give this to shop, some factory, make it and that. I should be everywhere in my work. That's my way.
So you don't use the computer, or you don't use.
I'm very bad. Even cell phone also.
So everything is by hand and everything is straight on the
I don't know, because my daughter is saying, you are old. This thing, not using anything. See, your helpers are using all this thing. You don't know how to use.
Okay, so you have to be a part of the entire process.
Yes,
you alone.
Yes. I always just ask the carvers, and I can't go and sit under the tree or something. Because I'm feeling okay. I'm not happy. I should be just to them, with them, at work.
So you mostly work alone, Mr. Nair? Mostly.
In home, I'm working alone. Little big size, I'll ask a helper to do little rough cutting. Then I will do
lovely. So, and what are you working on these days now? Anything new that you are, or something in your mind?
Yeah, so end of this month I'm going to Bombay for a big work.
What is it?
Is a working model. I made a shovel.
A shovel. Okay.
That's the concept is a gate sculpture.
Gate sculpture.
Gate. It's not a functional gate. The shape is like a gate shape. The one is the metal and that wooden this thing. Let's make it in a huge, in a lawn, to make it in a huge size.
Interesting.
So the next project is that one.
Okay. And stone again.
Yes, that's in white marble.
White marble. Okay. And something that you have, which has been in your mind for a while now, but still hasn't been translated into a work which you think that
Of course, lots of them.
Lots of them.
Lots of them.
Yeah.
This kind of 10, 15 sculpture I want to make myself. Now all the big sculpture is going somewhere. So I
Right.
want to make my own collection, something 10, 15, huge size. Work.
For your own home, your own space?
I don't have a space or anything, but this is my dream, to make my own collection, my sculpture, big size. Then I had to make a show, to make an impact. What is sculpture? So that kind of, not just go to a show, small in gallery.
So once you have these 10, 15 sculptures, you're going to do a big show?
Big shows, not in a gallery,
No. Outdoor
space or something like that. Yeah. Always I'm thinking, then only I'm a sculptor, otherwise making small here and there, finish. Nobody knows. I made lots of, up to this time, every day working, so many sculpture made. Nobody's know where is that, not doing any exhibitions. So.
But do you feel, Mr. Nair, that having installations, sculptures, art in outdoor spaces can also bring people closer to art? You feel that if art moves out of galleries and museums, people can feel art, understand art, touch art, like you say that you like to do a lot of outdoor sculptures.
Yes.
So you feel that there can be more connection between art and people in this way?
Of course.
Okay.
So if you go to gallery and don't touch the work.
Yes.
Here I know people are touching, you can see this symposium, people are touching, watching, taking the photograph. They are very, see, when you exhibit in a sculpture in gallery, that's totally different. So I think that's more the commercial side also there.
Yes.
But the huge size of sculpture, both are together.
Yes.
The gallery is some distance is there.
You're right. And some people feel awkward getting into galleries.
Yes,
in outdoor spaces, they're more comfortable.
Their own space.
Yeah, their own space.
So they are going
public
to
spaces,
they are going to touch the
parks
space, they are look at what it. They are so you go to some park and writing in the tree and all that. So that's the free approach to
expression.
So that way, I prefer that is the sculpture. Otherwise, to make something decorative, that is I don't feel much.
Okay. So you feel that art should be connected with the people.
Of course. Otherwise, no.
Otherwise, there's no use of it.
What about the film then? Or the film or novel, everything to touch with the people, then only is great.
So your effort is to be constantly in touch with.
Of course. Lots of works are now still nobody's know, because in Baroda and all that, lots of big works are there. They are not opening for the public.
Okay.
I don't know. They are collecting there. They maybe after some times only they will open that area. It's not restricted, but they're not allowing much people to come. Okay. So maybe after some times.
Okay. But you believe they should be like this?
After some times open wide way. Maybe now they're collecting work.
Okay.
That way maybe.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was wonderful to speak to you, and we wish you all the best for your big project which you hope to do and your show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This was Mr. Nair from Chennai, and who spoke to us about his journey in sculpting and his dream of curating and creating a big one-man show in the near future. Thank you.